What's up, YouTube? I'm here in DC with my friend Dejohn. I met him through my uncle.
My name is Dejohn Cartier Taylor. I am a student composer and filmmaker at the California Institute of the Arts. Hopefully, you'll see me soon in Hollywood. That's a dream of mine. So
Dejohn, what is your number one drive, and what are you doing right now to get there?
Yeah, number one drive is to tell stories. I mean, I'm a storyteller at the core. I'm a composer. I write contemporary classical music, a little bit of Afro-Cuban jazz, or jazz, if you want to call it.
Basically, he's a motherfucking cool guy. He's a pretty swaggy dude.
Yeah. And I guess working toward that day to day, I'm in the pocket with my craft, whether that be practicing my scales on the piano, or going over my chord progressions, or just listening. Music, big part of music is listening. Just as I'm mindful enough to listen to you as you speak. Every time I'm listening to a song by one of the great jazz composers of the past, it's about listening and being mindful.
You are a great listener. That's true. Yeah, Dejohn Cartier, everybody. He's a legend. Look out for him in the future. He's going to be making waves in this world, changing lives. Today, the topic of the video is going to be about how life is a journey, not a destination. Now, Dejohn here, he is one of the best people to introduce in this video because he's really been through a lot of changes in his life, and he's been on a journey, and me and him have had the same realization, which is that realization of, oh shit, wow, what am I gonna do when I'm 80? And I realized I look back at my life and so what did I leave behind? So we have had that same realization. A lot of people go through that realization. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
The fact that when you are 80, 90, 100 on your deathbed, and you look back at your life and say, what did I accomplish? You want to look back and say, wow, I did this, and this, and I left an impact, and I changed people's lives, right? And I had this realization the other day that I'm so scared of of being that old and not realizing, and not, I'm gonna edit this out, of being that old and looking back and not. Looking back at a life that I haven't. Looking back, I can't even know what I'm saying. I got so scared when I had the realization that when I'm older, I could look back potentially and not be satisfied with the life that I lived, and that is something that I've really taken to heart. So we were talking about how basically if you look at life as a destination, you're not going to be able to achieve as many goals and dreams because you're not constantly trying to improve yourself. You're not constantly trying to get to that next level, and so you won't actually achieve as much as you want. So on to that. Dejohn, what do you think about that?
Yeah.
About this journey?
I mean, I agree with everything that you said wholeheartedly. In looking at life as a journey and not a destination, you allow yourself to become detached from a lot of societal expectations that can prohibit you from, I guess, becoming that which you are meant to become, or your self-actualized self, the greatest version of yourself. And all of us possess in essence, like an unlimited amount of potential that can be harnessed in whatever way we see fit. And how we harness that potential is going to be determined by the choices that we make day in and day out. And so in us looking at life as a journey, not necessarily a destination, we, I guess, are able to become possessed by a level of openness that will allow us to see clearly the open way. And so for me, that's been a big part of my journey. I know that you are extremely diligent about mindfulness, and one of the reasons why you went ahead and created this channel was to help others get in tune with themselves and promote mindfulness in their lives. And that's what helped me on this journey is mindfulness. I mean, that's kind of what gave me a level of awareness needed to make it through the ebbs and flows of day-to-day life, to make it through the ups and downs, to get through the hard times, the trials and the tribulations. Because in being mindful, I realized that any challenge or any obstacle that came my way, they weren't necessarily challenges or obstacles at all, but rather they were tools that showed me or revealed to me something new about myself that I had not previously known. Mm-hmm. And all of those revelations, all of those new insights that, came to me as a result of the experiences that I had, all of them helped me in my growth. Really? And all of those moments of growth, are the reason why I am who I am today. And
that's awesome. How did you get to the point where you were mindful enough to really keep on that drive? Like I feel like a lot of times people they want to achieve something, like they have a goal, right? They're like, oh, I want to make $100,000 this year. I want to make $200,000. What it could be monetary. It could be I want to make my family relationships better. I want to get better at talking to the opposite gender, or whatever goal it is they have in life. And they get stuck up on just trying to get there. Yeah. And then what happens is, on that journey to get there, they realize that it's going to take a lot longer, or it's going to be a lot harder than they think it is, and they realize that it's not for them and they quit. Yeah. So how did you get to the point where you have a goal and you just keep going and you have that drive? Yeah. Like what's the reason why you think you were able to achieve that? Because that's a really amazing trait to have, to be able to just drive through anything, any adversity that comes your way.
If I'm going to answer that honestly, I think it starts with really asking yourself why you're doing what you're doing. Because I think, I can't speak on behalf of other people, but I know from experiences that anything that I've started and my intent wasn't sincere, or my intent wasn't necessarily in resonance with who I was authentically as a being, then most of those things didn't come to fruition, or they didn't pan out just because the passion wasn't there. Because at the start of it, my heart wasn't fully invested in it to begin with. There was a reason that probably was superficial that inspired me to pursue what I was pursuing at that time. Right. It wasn't something that I was pursuing because it was my true passion, or I felt a conviction or a calling about it. I can attribute the fact that I haven't necessarily been led off straight with regards to my pursuit of a career in filmmaking in the entertainment industry, or composing in the entertainment industry, is because I feel with 100% conviction that's what I was called to do. I feel that's my purpose. So I think in order to really possess the gumption and the resolve needed to lock on to a goal and not be deterred in your pursuit of it, I think you need to have passion, you need to have purpose. And those two things in itself, the passion and the purpose, they'll give you the fuel that you need to move forward. You won't stop. You won't think about stopping, because if you feel it's your purpose, you're going to live and walk in your purpose every day. So it all boils down to figuring out why you are doing what you're doing. Making sure that you're not pursuing something just because it's what the next person think is the best thing to do, or you're not pursuing it because it's what your family wants you to do or your friends want you to do. But you really need to spend time with yourself, and be mindful, and look within, and really come to the conclusion and the realization about what it is that you want out of life, and take the steps you need to take to be able to get there. But
I mean, and that's fantastic what you just said, on the nose, because you just brought up mindfulness at the end there, and that's basically the whole purpose of mindfulness, is to be able to look enough within yourself to find out how to live it's like a roadmap it's like a blueprint for your life, basically, because you have a million different decisions you can make at any second. I can move my hand over here, I can move my hand over here. That's all on my free will, right? And for me to make a decision in life that will positively impact my life, or something that'll move me towards my goals, I have to know that I'm making that decision, like either subconsciously or consciously. I have to be mindful of the fact of, oh wait, I could have chosen this, but I went with this instead. Why? Right? Why? And that's what mindfulness is all about. It's the essence. It's the deeper. This is like a deeper underlying of of like, why did I make that decision? And that's the mindfulness of like knowing yourself well enough to actually know why that decision is going to lead you towards the right place. So it's really cool that you were mentioning that at the end there, because you have the mindfulness to be able to know what your passion is, and to know that every day you want to wake up and pursue that. And that also brings up another interesting point, which is that mindfulness is not something you just do, it's something that you live. And that's an interesting thing, because a lot of people think that when they practice meditation, when they practice mindfulness, when they practice reflection, when they journal, when they work on self-development, and they practice like looking within their emotions and getting in touch with who they are, they think that they can just do that and be like, all right, once a week I'm going to sit down and meditate. And what's interesting is it doesn't work like that, because yeah, okay, you can meditate when you're feeling stressed out and it'll help you, but if you really want to get deeper into mindfulness and getting to know yourself, it's an everyday, constant thing that you have to do. And it's not a chore. It really isn't a chore. It shouldn't be seen as a chore. Oh, god damn it, set my alarm. God, I have to be mindful. Fuck, God. Shit, forgot to be mindful today. No, it's not. That's not how. That's not how it works. It's not like.
It's a place you should want to go to.
It's a place you should want to go to, and it's a place that you should be in all the time. And it's something that I've learned that when I'm in a mindful state all the time, my life is optimized to the utmost extent. Like, I make the best decisions. I have the best relationships. I'm present. I listen. I have the best. Yeah, he's meditating right now. See, he's meditating. Anyway.
Yeah. What you said just really hit on being mindful in the present every second. Like that's,
yeah, and it's hard to explain. You kind of have to live it.
You have to. I mean, that's why out of nowhere I just had to close my eyes. Because I wanted to embrace the fullness of this moment. So that's what mindful is all about. It's about really, really drawing all of the beauty that life has to offer in the present.
Just like the fact that I'm here with Dejohn making a YouTube video, like that's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm so grateful for that.
The fact that I'm able to hear all of this, I'm grateful for this.
It's incredible, yeah. So it's something that I'll be making a video on gratitude in the future. Stay tuned for that. But the gratitude is a really important part of my life, and it's something that is so powerful to practice gratitude, but really it's something that a lot of people don't practice as often as they really should. So I'm going to make a video about that in the future. Anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in a future video, hopefully.